Nick, I'll do something for you in return.
Ooh. Less teeth this time.
No, that I do for fun. That is not currency. I'm not a whore, Nick.
That's a hobby.
It's a passion.
Should we start this podcast?
What did you think about the saxophone?
That looked cool.
Yeah, you think it
Sounded
looks
good.
good?
I would have to hear it in person to know.
It has begun.
All right.
I announced this podcast commenced. Yeah, your new saxophone looked cool.
Should I buy it?
I think so. I
Am I ready to switch for my saxophone to this saxophone?
I mean, I feel like you still are making the hipster statement that you won't play a completely straight one. It's like a tiny bit bent.
I tried
at the
straight
end.
ones.
And?
I didn't like any ones that I tried.
No? What? Why don't you like them?
Because sopranos were made really weirdly in the beginning, and some of them are fine, and a lot of them just missing pieces. Like
Saxophones are so boring. I'm so sorry I asked. Like the
Saxophones are so great.
the moment you start talking about.
I didn't even want to talk about it. You
I know.
started.
I'm
I'm only asking you about the thing. If it
God.
looks cool.
Like whenever it's amazing like the amount of time we spent together and how little I know about saxophone still, because you talk about it often.
It's more
and I
amazing
just
how little you
space
knew
out.
about pentatonics that you had your mind blown by pentatonics.
I didn't really have my mind blown. I was trying to make content, but I felt like it was very compelling content. It was good. Did you
It was
guys?
the
Did
best
you?
content we
Did
ever
you
had.
guys see this video that we made? What was it called? Not Your Blues Dad Pentatonics. That's what. Yeah, so good. Like I was giggling.
I said that the last part you said, "Fuck you, blues dad."
Did you like that? That was Nick's idea.
That was my favorite part, and I told Lauren it was my favorite part, and should have started the video. And she's like, "No, you're wrong.
What?
Let Nick decide."
What?
She said it's not the best part.
Really? What was the Indian man's birthday party? Was the best part?
That's the part she didn't like.
What?
She's very sensitive to anything that smells of racism, which is
It's not racist.
very unfortunate. Which is
Does she not know that they have birthdays in India?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. It's so good.
Happy birthday.
Listen, we're just acknowledging that
You know
India.
what you got for the birthday?
Yeah.
Bed bugs.
Now, that is borderline. Is she an avid podcast listener?
No, thank God no.
God,
No.
I gotta start sending links.
Man, it's been my birthday so many times a year. also John's.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was some supreme content.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we're famous now, basically.
I mean, we're just as unfamous as we
Why
were
does
before.
the guy that hates you so much,
Who?
Shane?
Oh, the New Zealander.
What? Fellow is in New Zealand. Once I saw he's in New Zealand, I was like, why do you even talk to him?
I can't. I mean, I think people at this point know that we get paid for engagement on
Dozens
Facebook.
of dollars, everybody. Dozens.
Well, I mean, it's not nothing. We get paid. It's
Yeah, when you make how much we make, dozens of dollars is a big deal. I agree. He was the thing that he got wrong, obviously, is the calculation about the venue sizes and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could not believe the magnitude he was wrong about the money we made on tour, which I'm not gonna say, but
Yeah.
we made so much more than he thought, which is insane.
Yeah.
But so he's an idiot. But I told you the problem with him is that everything that you pick apart about us, while
Is applicable to any musician in the biz, except
it's
for
more
like.
than applicable, it's like we're still ahead of 99.99% of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's true that we only have 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, 22,000, but most people have one
Yeah.
or zero.
Right.
So it's same
No,
thing.
I think the thing he was trying to pick apart was that I'm giving advice to people about how to be a professional musician, and we're
You're
not
not,
real
though.
professional musicians.
No, you're trying to tell people how to fucking shred. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But why did he ignore the saxophone? That's what I didn't like about it. That's the one thing I didn't like. I was like, what about the saxophone?
By the way, do I bend out of tune?
When?
Like
Who accused you?
my whole career, this New Zealander. I think I don't know. I think
Call Michael
I think he
Thomas.
was just having a bad night. His sheep wouldn't.
What platform is he bothering you on?
Facebook.
I was
It's
just
bothering me. Danny is enjoying his life.
I was just getting into it with a guy, like through dozens and thousands of comments, and he started sending me like there's like a picture of like Mingus with like a quote about like music is about not about blah blah blah, it's about something else. You know, I don't remember the exact quote, but he was like, you see him like reaching over and like playing, and it's just like this old black guy like clearly is playing way too high on the bass. Nobody
old?
likes Mingus.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. I was pretending that I didn't know who Mingus was.
Okay.
But yeah, it was. We just got real deep into it. But I mean, the thing about me is that I just don't have that part in my brain that gets upset about anything anybody tells me about anything. To me, the internet is not real. I cannot see it as some sort of real extension of life. To me, it's just a place where, you know, you just say stuff and hear ping, 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 ping. That's how I see it. I'm just like, I write things with my fingers that I think are kind of funny, and then I see the thing goes like, bim, 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 bim. Comments like, love, blah, blah, laughy face, angry guy. Angry guy with a sheep in New Zealand.
Did you post my meme, by the way?
Which one? Yeah, did not go over.
Yeah, I knew it's not going to, but I thought you'll like it.
It was very funny.
Thank you.
Did you see that meme?
Oh, yeah.
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 Shitting and jazzing.
I don't know why,
yeah.
but something about the thing on the meme was.
You know that like
funny.
15 minutes after I posted it, I realized that it wasn't an amalgamation of those words, but in my mind, like it was like the beginning of this word and the end of that one was equal scat because it made so much sense. So it was like the handshake meme where you see like Arnold and who is Carl Withers.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Recently deceased.
Oh yeah, that's very sad. I liked him. Did you see him in Arrested Development? There was so much meat on the bone. No, so good. Yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black hand, white hand.
Yeah, black hand, white hand shaking, and one said like it was like jazzing and shitting, and the middle said scat. I mean, can we just talk about scatting one more time? Is scatting the saddest of all art forms?
It's very strange, yes.
It's just the worst when almost everybody in history do it. Like I love it when Louis Armstrong does it. I can take it.
It doesn't really do. Is that like?
It's great. It's
when you're that, but it's like it doesn't do a solo.
never.
It just goes like corn, kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it when Korn scats. What's his name? Jonathan? Anybody know the name of the singer from Korn? Head, foot.
Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah. Toe. I like it when Toe does it. He's great. And I like it when Louis Armstrong does it. When Ella Fitzgerald does it, it's also compelling. It's okay. She has like good lines and her voice crazy. But the only time I really hear it is when I let my Spotify go rogue. Like if I'm driving in the car and I go from like a song I want to hear to some like random woman's album and like they're counting off like a Cherokee super fast, and then I hear like this woman yelling at me in like a foreign scat language. It's pretty impressive sometimes, but like it's just always such like they do this thing where it sounds like a line, but they're repeating like a note 17 times. It's like a Xena the Warrior cry over Cherokee. It's very strange.
What ethnicity is Zina supposed to be?
New Zealand, I think.
No, that's where the lady is. Is she Greek?
I think in the actual show she's, yeah. I'm not sure if it's the Greeks or the Romans. No. Hercules.
Do you even know what they're talking about, Nick? You're young.
Yeah, I do.
You're young.
How did you guys watch Xena?
I had a math teacher that was really into it, so when she didn't feel like teaching us math,
She would decapitate you guys with a chakram.
I'd be like, nice. I'm learning some geometry right here. Swing. That was a good show. Strong.
And
my God.
didn't she have a blonde sidekick that was in love with her?
Yes, Gabrielle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, it's very progressive for its time.
I remember, dude. I don't know why. I just flashed back. I remember in 7th grade, we were like, in Israel, like the new rave was people were wearing these calculator watch type things that were also a remote control,
Yes.
and they could like do a scan and match with whatever VCR device like was around, and they could control it, and it like literally caught the teachers in my middle school off guard because like in science class they would always try to play us videos, and then 4 kids in the class would just hijack the VCR at the same time.
So you were the original Kia boys. That's what you're saying.
We were the
You
original.
were on the same frequency.
Dude, I don't know why I just flashed back. Like I remember we gave this one woman that was like trying to pass a class a for real nervous breakdown. She looked at us like at first she looked like the VCR was possessed. Like she couldn't understand. It was ironic. It was a science class, and we took over science. She was trying to show us like something about heating up a matter, and just
Whoa.
it was crazy. It was some crazy shit. I don't
Whoa.
remember exactly the topic, but yeah, it's just like
And NDT, chill out.
yeah, yeah, good times. Anyways. What do you think about the new concept, the new direction of our patrons, of the Patreons?
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm a strong believer now that this is the right way to go, and me and Nick are having the most fun ever. He's like sitting in that corner with the guitar, like practicing the licks.
Are you having the most fun ever?
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I like practicing and filming versus just filming.
Practicing's a lot. I still don't know. Like I really feel like we're learning some shit. Like just very small slices of music and practicing them again and again and again feels a lot like practicing.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't feel like practicing?
I practice, but not like that.
When was the last time you had like a real practice phase?
Phase? Oh, forever.
Phase. Like how long?
I don't know, forever ago, years probably. Like that's like.
What was the last thing you practiced, like for real? Like went through like a rigorous thing with?
It doesn't really work like that. I haven't been doing stuff like that. I do more stuff like I look for ideas and then I try to implement in different ways. Like arpeggios is a good example. It's been a couple of years. No.
Like the sweeping kind of arpeggios?
Yeah, and then I have variations on it. Or last thing I did, no, that's because that was already like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. The last thing I have is sextuplets or really fast triplets that I do like 2 notes, false fingering, and then different note.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have something of that sound for for fast swing of a fast sextuplet, and I want to have like a trick for it.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, like when I look for tricks, you know, it has to be something that not completely written. And for this thing, it's not written, but it's kind of like you really don't have a lot of leeway with it. It's more like how long it is. That's what you control, because it's like, let's say I do B, B, D, B, B, E flat, B, B, F, B, B, D, B, B. I can go back, but I don't have like the entire instrument.
Sure.
You get it?
Yeah, whatever is available technically. Right.
So stuff like that. So that's the last thing that I really did.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know, but it's like I'm looking for stuff like that a lot of times and trying to think about things, but it's not.
It's so weird. Like I was listening to like my student Paul sent me like a video of Israeli jazz filmed at Shank Hall in 2018.
Yeah. So.
And what'd you think about the playing?
I thought it was good. I thought it sounded good.
Yeah,
I think that in like the saxophone was hard to hear.
Yeah.
After a while, but I thought it was good. I thought we all played good. I thought Blake, I always said it about Blake. Blake was really underrated by most people because he fucked up so badly. So like he would fuck up in a way that everybody could tell.
Yeah. But not on every song. So
Not on every song, but he did it a lot.
it was very funny. Like I was trying to like listen to the music from like the perspective of the drums, and it's weird to see a fusion show where like those kind of like rhythms and textures are flying around. Somebody like playing just like
That's
bashing.
good for us though.
I know. It's like for me, it's like I actually think that a lot of the sound that we had in our head had to do with like this 90, like Rage Against the Machine, whatever, like those kind of grooves that are ultimately simple grooves with something on top of them. Like we didn't want somebody that was highly interactive.
I think that he got a lot of a feel right out of. I think that it's like for every drummer that we go for, I think there's different, advantages and disadvantages. I think for him, in a lot of ways, he made the most sense for music, like the rocking type of music, and because it's not metal on one hand, but it's also not like fusion goes that are a little bit too softer for us and too soft for us, and both me and you don't really play like that. So I think, and Blake to me, and I remember very vividly that when we were in the studio doing recording Israeli Jazz, the album, and it was funny because he drove me. Now I wanted to kill him when I realized how he slowed down in Israeli Jazz when we recorded the
That's
videos.
so funny. Like it wasn't.
It was Israeli Jazz.
It wasn't Israel Jazz.
It was.
It was.
No, it was.
No, I know.
Yeah, for my solo.
For your solo, but that wasn't the worst. The worst was in Arkansas Jumper when
Yes.
when we had the
Yes,
because
the
we
break.
realized that like after the break we just come in at a tempo that's complete. We thought we were playing the same tempo, and like we realized it's like we don't even know what it feels like
To do the same tempo.
just to do the same tempo.
Yeah,
'cause
but
we
that's
would
not a
always
big
rush
deal.
so much.
But that's not a big deal because that like it's a really
Felt like a
great
different section, right?
In Israeli Jazz, it didn't,
Right.
and the amount that he would slow down though was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
And-
Well, it was that he couldn't go from like that, like that. We just
Yeah.
had like a section. It was just bass drum and like
But it started it slow. It's not like he slowed down in it. But I remember when we played and he was sound checking, and it's just when he played with that, he has something. He understands something good about drumming.
Yeah.
Like he actually sounds killer. I think.
Yeah.
I think that he sounds killer when you hear him play, like just him and the drums. And I think most people.
I'll
don't.
never forget the first time I met him.
Yeah, I made him. I got him in the band,
Yeah, Dani, we played.
and it was horrible.
And it was horrible. And I was like I was just like about to
Well,
call
like,
it.
yeah, like
and I
enough.
was just like, it's not happening. And then Dani was like, no, wait. Hey Blake, can you play really hard? Can you play
like,
like
not like it's a jazz combo? But I told him
Yeah.
this is not a jazz combo. Can
play
you-
like it's rocking? And then he was just like, just like rocking out. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, we can work
Alright,
with this.
fuck yeah,
Let's do that.
And I think he was really underrated because Greg fucked up all the time. The drummer before Blake.
Yeah.
All the time, and it drove me and you nuts. And it's so funny because there was a drummer. I didn't really listen to the entire thing, but that played my solo on.
Yeah, in
Good.
Florida.
Was it good? No,
Yeah. Yeah.
was it in Florida?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Killer.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, but there's a part in that solo because those solos in aggressive hippies. That's another thing I remember. Aggressive, like we did the guitar a little bit different because your first marriage were falling apart
Yeah,
at that point, so you were out of your mind. But I came out, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna record a song. I'm basically gonna do like 1 or 2 takes, and that's it.
Yeah.
On the songs, and we play them live because we did a show in Chattanooga with recorded, and I was like, oh, I can play saxophone. It was the first time I had like a little bit of confidence. So we did that, and it's like you can hear like Greg just get in between my shit,
Yeah.
you know. So Greg would fuck up all the time, but he would do it in a way that nobody could tell.
Yes.
And Blake just fucked up in a way that everybody could tell. So while I think that generally it was better, it was not perceived as better.
Yeah. Yeah, well, listening to that, I always get like, there's a sort of like melancholy feeling I get when I listen to us play when we already are like good and like playing sort of, I think players that are evolving players and play a lot of shows get to a place where they play the way they play. And like for me, I think like, I would say right after Aggressive Hippies, I got to that place in my playing like around 2016, where, you know, it's pretty much, it's, you know, I do feel like I'm getting better still, but what you see is what you get. Like it's very clear who I am on electric guitar from that point on. But it's like, man, like listening to that and looking at like what's in my vocabulary now and like the differences, there's something a little bit depressing about it. I can't shake it, where it's just, I'm not sure if what I'm doing now is any better than what I did then. It's just like variation. It's just like different things.
I'll talk about your playing, and I know when it happened. I was listening when we did the third set, which is, we recorded 10 shows and in the Midwest. And I had to listen to all of it because you refused.
I'm not gonna. I mean, yeah, it was too much.
So I just listened to all of it and chose takes, and I learned a lot from it. And I chose takes, and I remember when I was listening to you playing Splow, it's where you started to take. You decided to go a lot like Stevie Ray Vaughan direction, and not the fusion direction, because you are playing more and more fusion, quote unquote, before. And then you really focused on all the blues stuff. And I don't know, I really liked a lot of the stuff, and I remember I sent you like 2 solos from there, which were kind of different, and I kind of liked the fusion better, you kind of liked the Stevie Ray Vaughan better. So, I don't know, yeah, I understand what you're saying, though.
Yeah,
I don't think, with my playing, it's not really like that. I was kind of like, I learned a lot of stuff, and I changed a lot of my technique, but my ideas are very similar, and like sound-wise.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird, like now we're in a position where, you know, here I get to take a look, like a real close look at some, on a pretty daily level, and now practice too, like ideas that are intentionally very different in terms of motion than what I play when I play fast. That you know, I feel like if you give me a tempo and you tell me that I need to play 30-second notes or 6 couplets, and like, you know, that shredding subdivision on a groove, and you just tell me like, do what you do, don't think about it, I will still 90% of the time use the same exact moves that I did when I was 22. You know what I mean? Like for my very fast lines, like the contours, I just, when the brain is removed, like improvisation is such a funny thing, to where like I feel like I have more freedom than ever to choose exactly what I'm doing when I'm playing in a 16th note pocket, in that thing where like you're hovering over the music and you're selecting notes. But when it comes to like the very fast motions, there's just kind of this hand instrument connection, and you just, like when you're not thinking, it's just like it's your quick twitch muscle. You know what I mean? Like you just know how to use it a certain way, and the kinds of things that flow are just the things that are most deeply ingrained in you. And I keep wondering, like, man, I don't know how you change that as an adult, because I can do it, but I have to manually override the system, and then I don't feel like I'm improvising.
I did a little bit, and the way I would do it is I would add, because you can break it into small portions, usually to me. Like I do it, you know what I'm talking about?
But that's, you know, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like that, those kind of things that you do are more effecty type of things. Like with the false fingering, like I do have things like that in my playing, which is just now.
Not the false fingering. Sorry, I just like start from the singer. The thing that I repeat, like groups of 2 all of a sudden. But that's just a motion that I do a lot. I just feel like, and a lot of it is motion, so it's like it doesn't really matter what kid it's in. Like if it's flat, I'll just make it flat. But the motion, do, and I would just make myself do something else.
But when you listen to like your own runs and like our first album, right? Like 2009.
I didn't really do.
How many
have
of
like one of them?
How many of the same motions do you still have in your playing when it comes to like fast playing?
I didn't play as fast.
Well, you still have some stuff there that's like
Yeah, like on May.
yeah,
Yeah, that stuff stayed.
yeah,
Like a lot of stuff stayed, and a lot of stuff become longer, and a lot of stuff I just changed. But I don't really. It's like it's funny to say, but I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. That's what I realized after a while. It doesn't. Those things specifically don't really matter because it's not that they're the same. The length is different. The notes are a little bit different. The contour is a little bit different. But it's kind of the same. It's more. It's when you go to your fastest subdivision, it's more like an effect, and it's just. I don't know. It does. Even when you change it, it sounds the same.
it's so weird. Like the way, like whenever I hear people, like that describe our music, that talk about our music, because like I listen to your playing, and I hear like the contents of it, meaning like I hear the rhythm when things are coming in, the shape of the lines going up and down, what kind of scales you're using. But people hear like the ethnic flair, they're like, Jew. It's like, listen to that Jew play fast Jew stuff.
You know what reminds me? That Nick did this short now from my old video that I made fun of. I made fun of John like I usually do, and about how.
White people. It wasn't John. No, it was John.
Yeah, it was John.
Yeah, John knows.
Yeah.
And people were so offended, and I was like, dude, I'm white. Can you not tell? I was like, did you make me it black and white so people can tell? You know what I mean?
That would have been a funny idea. That would have been brilliant. That would have gotten so much engagement.
I was like, what's going on? It's like, what? People are so stupid. I'm obviously making fun of my bassist.
Yeah. What, did they get offended? What did they say?
Yeah. These guys are fucking, oh yeah, white people are like this, and white people, this guy talking about white people is so idiot. It's like, dude, I'm white.
Yeah, I think that people think that Jewish people don't think they're white, even though we do think we're white.
Yeah, well, incorrect.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't get much whiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, they're offended, I don't care. What are we talking about a second ago? Yeah, people hear it differently. I don't know, man. It's weird. I'm a lot of time I'm frustrated because I like my playing so much.
Yeah.
And I feel like, why don't people, like, why is Nick not listening to Russian Dolls all the time? It's such a good album. You don't know the solos by heart, Nick.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird to put yourself out there and help. Like for me, Dirty Horse is an album that all of our albums, like, I really spent, with the exception, I would say, of Third Set and Aggressive Hippies.
Aggressive Hippies. Well, those are the most, like, basically live albums.
Yeah, and also, like, Goatman to some extent was just like a new rhythm section that was problematic at the time.
Well, we didn't understand both of our psychosis at the time until we recorded it in this house.
Yeah.
And we wanted to go and kill them.
Yeah, I still, Goatman is like really an album where I feel like the music is so excellent that, like, in my mind, every time I hear it, it's like, I'm just like, let's just redo it. Let's just do it again. I'll just keep all the saxophone and guitar shit and replace the rest. But for some, some people love it. And anyway, like putting yourself out there, like with an album like Dirty Horse, where I went back and listened to every moment of every song, every drum hit, every bass note, every guitar note, every percussion thing. I was editing the percussion in the delivery room when my wife was pregnant. I was there on the laptop. I was just doing it, like I was missing important moments of my life, just because I was so into like making this album. True story. And
what do you think you missed?
Huh?
What do you think you missed?
Oh no, it's like
Her complaining, but she doesn't feel good. Don't worry.
I was like, we got it, dude. I did feel like she was.
Got some of it.
She was just like, "Are you editing right now?" And I was just like,
"No,
you're just fucking laying there." She's like, "Yeah, you're on drugs. You got your epidural. It's not a natural birth. This is not natural either, Editing is not natural.
Monkeys
Yeah.
do it in the jungle all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Some hippies do it in the bathtub.
Yeah.
We're here in the
We're
hospital. If anything happens, call a doctor.
We're nothing but mammals, lady.
But yeah, anyway, I'm saying. So like for me, when I put that amount of attention into something, and then somebody's just like, I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm just like, well, I fucking do.
You see, but that's my problem, because the people that don't like it, I cannot care less. Of course you don't like it. Most people should not like it.
Yeah.
But the people that like it, like Nick, why don't you listen to it all the time? To my solos, Nick.
Nick needs to get...
Like, we should like it more. That's all I'm saying. If you already like it, you should like it more.
Nick is busy. Nick has a full-time job editing.
No, but before he was
a
busy.
girlfriend to pamper.
Oh, man. Planning tomorrow.
Planning his big day, Valentine's Day tomorrow. Valentine's Day 2024.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? We don't even know.
2024.
Oh my God. It's gonna be so extravagant.
Yeah.
So
The
excited.
biggest VD since AIDS, basically. That's what I heard.
It is. I'm ruined. I'm gonna start noticing gear missing from the studio.
Shit. Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna go see Mr. Big tonight. Very excited.
That's very good.
Yeah. You remember I was telling Nick the story of how we got John's
not do
album. So yeah, John put out an album called Orca about the time he fucked a whale.
What to say? Same. Great minds. Okay.
And he played us the album, and there was this one. It was the last song in the album. He's just playing it. It's like solo bass piece, and then he goes like. Boo 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 beep ba ba boo beep ba 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 beep ba 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 da da ba. And I was just like, that's Mr. Big, and he's just like, no, it's not. It's a cover of this cellist who won a Grammy playing a classical piece that he composed.
No, not a Grammy.
Yeah. And I was just like, I played him like I'm the one who wants to be. And he scrapped it after it was mixed and everything, just took it off the album out of embarrassment. And he
No,
never...
that's a manly move. He's smart to doing it.
Yeah.
He's smart, yeah.
And I was just, I didn't understand how do you not hear that song ever in your life? How do you get away from it?
I recorded saxophone in his album.
Uh-huh.
And it took forever because he had a lot of notes. And I was like, oh, don't pay me. Just, buy me dinner or something. And he never did.
What a piece of shit.
What about give me coffee, motherfucker, something?
You should tell him that he owes you dinner. We should go there right now.
Lure him to your house and have him install the toilet in your basement.
That's right.
What? How dare you, Nick? You're doing it for fun.
No, I'm not complaining. Just so you could get. He lured you. He lured you
Yeah.
housework.
He's not going to be able to do that. I installed a bidet in his old apartment.
Uh-huh.
And it was leaking a little bit. And I was telling him, yeah, it's because the pipes are old and the rust kind of kept it in place. So just go to Home Depot and get a $2 piece and just replace it. And he never did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that kind of Jew that does handiwork.
Yeah.
He's a different kind
Did
of
you
Jew.
talk to Ben yesterday? That's maybe not for the podcast.
Oh, something happened?
I don't know. Never mind. We'll talk later about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, other stuff. Yeah, I guess I was saying go listen to our album.
Oh, yeah. We're now Nick DeVirgilio is playing with Mr. Big. And the question is, should we wait till June and have him track drums on our album?
Okay, we need to have 10 songs. Once you have 10 songs, I'm going to get us a drummer.
I don't know who to get.
I'll get it. But I'll get a drummer. Do you want me to get the bassist too, or do you want to play bass?
I played bass. It's ready.
Okay.
I feel like what I did is fucking great.
It's the best.
Yeah, this album's fucking sick. I love the way I play bass. I keep like recording bass and like replacing it, but like, man, when I listen to Russian Dolls, I'm like, maybe it's not the fanciest fucking sound in the world, but it's just as good as the rest.
It is the fanciest.
Yeah.
So good.
But the lines
You're
make
great.
sense. Dude,
We love you.
I don't, like, unless you're getting, honestly, like, bass-wise, unless you're getting, like, Gary Willis or Marcus Miller or Victor Wooten on your album, or somebody who shreds, I just don't understand the fucking point of not doing it yourself. Like, what, like, the concept of, like, when we do a project, when it's like, let's say, Dirty Horse, okay, John knows this music, we play it every night, he has a way of doing it, I don't pay attention to what he's doing, I don't really know what's happening.
We also recorded it live.
Yeah, but all that
In the
aside,
studio.
but like if I'm making a project at home, why can't I I just don't understand why not play bass. It's so easy.
Camaraderie.
No.
Yeah, you're asking why, I'm telling you.
I have none of that. Yeah, it's so easy. You just take it and play it. Like, if you're a guitar player watching this and you're like, I need to get a bassist, ask yourself, why? It's like a guitar without two top strings.
Well, it used to be looked down upon when you played everything on your album, because it felt really strange. Like,
What if you
but
play it
now,
and
now it's very common.
when I'm playing it over the drum track and I'm like looking in Pro Tools as I'm recording, I'm like, this is so in time. It's like, it's so
good.
It's so easy. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what it reminds me of? When I'm, when my daughter plays Legos and I go there to help her. And I'm like, this is how you make a tower. So easy. And then I'm just like, here's a car. And it's just like everything gets made in a second. The Legos are like huge, you know? She's 2. That's what playing bass is like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very easy. Very simple. You could probably do it.
Play with Lego? Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, play bass?
Yeah.
Well, I have my own technique, as you know.
Yeah. So one finger over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In any case, I don't know. Should we go and work on our album now?
We can.
By the way, how are you enjoying the beach?
Oh, that's where we're gonna be. Are you ready for a fucking tour?
I'm
we didn't even talk
so
about it. That's how we
fucking
should. We should have.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
I need to play fucking shows, dude.
Are you itching?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that weekend, it made it worse.
I think.
What's the practice? When you practice virtue, you do more virtue, and when you practice shredding, you wanna fucking shred. That's a problem. I do wanna go again.
Don't you wonder like what it would be like to be like a guy in like the 50s when you're just like, I'm just leaving my family.
You know what's funny? The way you say that all the time. You say that as if it's an option, and the reason why you don't do it is because moral. No, it's like the system is gonna be like, I'm gonna do it. It's like, no, you're not gonna have a family to come back to, and the courts are gonna fuck your shit up.
Is that what happens?
Yes. Well, what do you think? Yes, correct. That's exactly what happens.
That's what's keeping you in the game?
It's definitely one of them for sure. Yeah, it's definitely one of the things that keep you in the game. 100%.
No, I just think it's not nice. I like my kid.
Yeah, I like my kid too.
Yeah.
I do a lot for her. I
Yeah.
hang out a lot with her. I also like playing.
Yeah.
I like working.
Yeah. Yeah. It's complicated. But anyways, yeah, we'll play more shows this year. It's going to be fun. We'll do a lot. We're doing a lot. I mean, we're selling these fucking samplers for free like hotcakes. I mean, they're just going.
Did you get your samplers?
Dude, I went to the post office. I bought a label maker. I've never had something that changed my life so drastically. There's this fucking...
You go, just fucking put a label on the lady that walks there.
Dude, I do have to say... I've complained about this before, but there's this one fucking retard lady that works at the post office.
Whoa.
I'm not...
Don't assume her gender.
Yeah.
She is no lady.
I have to tell you, like, she is just like... Her eyes, she's cross-eyed. She looks like in 2 directions, and she just moves so slow. And there's always like, she's always, I don't know why, but there's
Wait,
a line
wait.
of 40 fucking people waiting behind, and this she takes 15 minutes to read each packet. She types with like one finger. It's not even the finger that you. It's like literally this finger. It's like the slowest finger you can type with, right? She's just like. She's typing, and there's like the line gets longer, and there's like a guy there with like 7 packages, like he's sending back to Venezuela, some dogs for everybody to eat, and it's just like typing real slow. And like she looks up at me, and like the back of the line, goes, that's how she acts. And I just went with a box full of prepaid CDs.
Nick, do you have a button ready? If we ever get a little bit more famous than we are now, to just delete everything on the podcast.
It's not okay to talk about the post office.
No, keep going.
So, like a slug, like a huge slug mammoth lady. Total retard. And I just
can I
walked
ask you a question?
right past her and dumped everything inside the wall thing, just like 100 CDs, instead of spending 7 hours in front of this fucking mongoloid looking at
the red button.
I can't stand that
the nuclear
bitch.
codes, Nick.
You know how many hours I spent in front of that lady?
I'm trying to ask you a real question.
Yes.
Though. Cross-eyed means that the eyes cross.
It's walleye.
But
She was wall-eyed.
Yeah, who's the retard now?
thank you, Nick.
I apologize to the cross-eyed community. I know you guys have your own thing going.
Thank you.
I'm here, sorry. Yeah, wall-eyed. I never knew that. Oh, wow.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. It's not like a cross.
Now that I say it, you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Anyway, I'm done. But it's
But come to our show, everybody.
yeah.
We're
We're
going to be
going on
We're going to be
tour.
playing.
No, we're gonna be quiet for the most part. It's gonna be
We
so
love
fun.
stories. Oh my God, we didn't even talk about that lady yesterday. Talking about
What lady?
people with that have insufficient IQs to make eggs in the morning.
Oh, the Masterclass lady? Yeah, dude, this
Oh my
bitch
God.
calls me, and she's just like, I need you to explain. Like Dani just said, like you have to set up a time to talk to this woman, and she's like, I need you to explain.
Can I read everybody the email that I sent?
Go ahead.
Ooh.
We're gonna check notifications.
I'm not
On the
taking
way.
notification, I just saw it.
Did you sell something?
I'm not sure, yes. I'm the one who wants to be with you.
Okay.
If you
Anyway,
want
so
to
I'm gonna preface this
Okay, go ahead.
by saying that this lady is supposed to promote a masterclass we're doing in Milwaukee, and she calls, and she's like, "Hey, I need you to tell me exactly like what the media angle is here." And I'm like, "Well, we're a band. We played all these shows. We can talk about
your shows.
We can talk about the business side of things. We can talk about how to, how we think about improvisation, this." And she's just like, in English. I need this all in English. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Just like, call Dani.
All right.
Like, I don't know what you want.
Because Dani was saying, Dani was like, you need to email her and talk to her. And I was like, dude, you were just on the phone with her. Why do I need to talk to her?
It was
Just
incomprehensible.
All right, so that's the original email I wrote. In the workshop, Marbin is going to explore the process of improvising, composing, and arranging from the way they use solcato, in parentheses Indian solfege, to enrich the rhythmical vocabulary to the unique harmonic system they apply when improvising over various structures and styles. Marbin will also share their expertise in the field of music business and explain, with many fun stories and anecdotes, how they built a fusion band into a viable business over a course of a decade.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I said. And she's like, you need to explain it in English. And it's like, I know it's English words that you're saying, but like in the English language that people can understand. And I told her, like, who are we promoting it to? Like, are we putting, like, it's like, is it going to the Super Bowl halftime? To just people that like football? Or are we trying to get, like, jazz musicians? What are we trying to get? She's like, everybody. We're trying to get media. Like, I'm getting to media, but like, what am I doing with this? I was like, I don't know, printing it? It's like, what do you want to say? It's like, you say, like, solcato, nobody knows what it is, and when they use it differently. Like, nobody, I was like, what? How are we using it? Like, what? And I was like, I said, listen, Andrea, listen. Listen, listen to
I would
it.
like to buy some milk. How many cartons? Takita, takita, takita.
I told her, listen, sweet tits. Okay, no, I told her, Andrea, you guys are in the Jazz Institute of Milwaukee.
Women
You've
don't
done-
like when you call them sweet tits. That's very 2015.
Actually, I actually did not do that. It was for comedic effect.
Okay.
And I told her, Andrea, and also didn't do the Super Bowl stuff. I wasn't sassy yet.
Oh.
And I was saying, can you guys in the Milwaukee Jazz Institute, you did Masterclass before, send me a description of a Masterclass so I can see and I'll figure out something that works in that vein. And she's like, no. I was like, you know what? I'll send you something. And I sent her something that I think is worse, which I'm gonna read to you guys. And it goes like this. In the workshop, Marbin is going to explore the process of improvising, composing, and arranging. That's the same. From the way the useful no, that's the thing. Sorry.
That'd be amazing if you said the same thing.
In the workshop, Marbin is going to explore the process of improvising, composing, and arranging. Same. Marbin will show how by attaching syllables to various rhythms, everyone can comprehend and create complex rhythmic phrases and polyrhythms. Marbin will also explain their unique approach to harmony and give tips for aspiring jazz musicians regarding what scales and modes to play over common harmonic progressions. And then the rest is the same.
Dude, we should actually find.
And I didn't hear from her after that.
I think under the guise of teaching rhythm, you can really say horrible shit to people.
In Hebrew.
No, not even.
Oh my God. Okay, we used to have this joke, but we thought we did it with
Every new band member.
With every band member that want to learn Hebrew. We taught them how to
Count to 10.
And the way we taught him is, אני מוצצת וגם בולעת.
It's like I suck dick and swallow. But it adds up to exactly 10 different syllables. It's brilliant.
Yeah, we didn't come up with it, but
yeah.
we...
No, but even, but like we could just...
Oh, no, and we did our... What did we say? I want to go to a coffee shop to Blake.
Like something but too sick.
אני רוצה זין, but...
Oh yeah, I want a cock in my ass. We thought Blake that's why we asked him to go to a coffee shop. And he was doing, and every time he wanted a coffee shop, he would scream that he wants a dick in his ass.
It's not in his ass, it's in his buttocks.
Yeah, in his butt. We were always funny.
Yeah. So I would laugh so much, and Dani would laugh so much, and they were like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "Your accent!"
It's locker room talk.
Anyway, again, not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that we should, instead of solkadu, that's what we just teach people. Stuff like that. Just to say funny stuff in Hebrew.
You want to sign Batusi?
אני רוצה זין בטוזי. No.
I want to go to a coffee shop. It's so good. Yeah, that was good times.
You know what's sad to me is that I'm sure the hanging out with Charlie Parker was more like this
Yeah.
than how people imagine it to be, which is professional.
No, you do heroin and you just shoot the shits.
Yeah, just chase the dragon together.
Yeah, I wonder like who was the Blake of the jazz era. You know what I mean? Because some of them must have been goofy as fuck.
Drummers for sure.
Yeah.
It has to be a drummer.
Yeah.
Or a bassist.
Yeah, like, but it's funny if it's like somebody like super like fucking known.
Famous and like
Yeah.
respectable. Yeah.
Yeah, like like Art Blakey was a Blake. That's his name.
There is no way though, but yes. Coincidence?
Fucking Blakey.
Dude, we had so much fun, dude. Come on, we had so much fun on tour. Let's fucking go. God damn.
You want to go? Okay, we're going.
Fucking go.
We're going. I had a dream about our Club Med thing that like we show up and they tell us like that we have to play like all like covers and we don't know any. I'm just like, fuck.
What are we gonna do? Send us back to the United States? We're already there.
Right, we're Mexican now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the best times.
Nick, are you still dieting?
Yeah.
How hot do you want to get? Is this
Yeah.
a surprise? Is this a big VD? You're just gonna get naked and walk around naked on the streets with Libby, so everybody can admire your bud and also admire Libby for securing such a hot man.
No, it's so I could go complete degenerate mode for a month and still be okay.
Yeah. Oh, we're going hard. We're gonna go so hard.
I'm gonna be even fatter.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa! Hands off the merchandise.
Alrighty, guys. We're gonna call it and work on our album a little bit. Thank you for hanging out. We have so much shit on our new Shopify, which is marbinmusic.shopify.
And tons of new
.myshopify.com.
podcast 15 for $15 off your.
Discount on
$50.
shirts. No, 15%.
Oh my gosh.
No, we have shirts, vinyl,
Everything
capos.
must go.
Yeah, Dani's closing shop. Everything must go. Anyways, see you soon.